Yo 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 friends, welcome back to the channel. NiceToReevU here, back at it again with another Marvel Legends action figure review. Today we have the Taskmaster from the Black Widow movie. That's right, you guys, let's jump right into this. Taking a look at this packaging, we got that box window giving us a sweet preview of all of the accessories inside as well as the figure. We do have that Marvel logo as well as the Black Widow movie logo and Taskmaster's name, the Hasbro logo, the Legend series as well as the Build-A-Figure logo and of the Build-A-Figure featured in this wave, as well as the warning for the young kids. Taking a look at the side, we do have that sweet artwork of Taskmaster on both right and left, really good looking stuff. Flipping this around, we have all of the other figures in the wave. A little bit of a read up here, not too much to read, but if you want, go ahead, pause it now. Okay, with all of that out of the way, let's just go ahead and bust this bad boy open. We'll just take a look at the figure quick and then take a look at the articulation pieces. Boom! Here he is, out of the packaging. Man, this is one of my favorite MCU villains by far. So let's just go ahead and take a quick look at this figure. Okay, a couple of minor things I want to point out right here is that the hood does not come off of his head, so you do have a lot of bit of a articulation hindering in terms of his head. You can't really get a lot of movement here, but he does look left about that far, and he can also look right about that far as well, so you do got some movement in terms of him looking right and left, but that's about it, man. You're not really gonna get too much here because of this hood. I do wish it does come off. Another thing to note here is that the ball joint rests on this piece under by the neck area, and it just looks really flimsy. Just looks like if you mess around with it too much, it will just pop right off. So you just want to be careful of that. Not really too much pivoting going on here. Taskmaster can look up about that high, and he can look down about that low. Like I said, a lot of hindering there because of this hood. I do wish it was removable, or at least he came with another head sculpt. So Taskmaster is rocking 6 points of articulation in his arms. As you can see, all of the points that move here. We do have that sweet butterfly joint. Man, just all of the articulation points in here. It's just pretty cool. So speaking of that butterfly joint, as you can see, he can go back about that far and forward about that far. So you got quite a bit of movement here. Also that hinge joint under the armpit, allowing him to go down and up like so. And as for the typical T-pose, that's as high as his arms will reach. We have the double jointed elbows giving us that 90-degree angle. And the hinging in the wrist. Can't forget that hinging in the wrist, going back and forth, up and down for all of your posing needs. And Taskmaster can also do a 360 spin in both of his arms. Now Taskmaster has that A slit in the upper diaphragm, although I would have preferred a ball joint. He also has that slit in the waist, so you can, swivel him left and right equally. Also doing that 360 spin if you wanted to. He can also crunch forward about that much because of that A slit, but not too much going back. He's hindered by this big bulky back piece. With 5 points of articulation below the belt, as you can see by the pelvic area as that ball hinge, the slit in the thigh area, the double jointed knees, and the hinging in the ankle area, as well as the pivot. Gotta have that pivot, right? So Taskmaster can kick forward about that high. And he can kick back about that much, not too much. He can also do the splits about that far apart, so that's pretty cool. And he, like I said, he has the slit in the thigh area, swiveling his thighs back and forth. They're a little hard to move at times, kind of, having to force. I hurt my thumbs a little bit swiveling his thighs for the first time. We have the double jointed knees giving us that good V angle. Really loving that. Nice and smooth articulation. Also a smooth hinge joint in the ankle area, as well as that smooth pivoting. With the last look at the paint apps, and then we'll jump right to the accessories, so roll the shaky close-ups. He is packed with 8 accessories, 2 weapon holding hands, his vibranium claw hands, his iconic shield, a sword, and his bow and arrow. Here is Taskmaster right next to the comic version Taskmaster, the only other Taskmaster that I own, and you can see the size difference in their shields, but size doesn't matter, right? Here is Taskmaster right next to Winter Soldier Steve Rogers. Here is Taskmaster right next to Red Skull. Here is Taskmaster right next to the Spirit of Vengeance, Ghost Rider. Here is Taskmaster right next to the Hydra Supreme. And last but not least, here's Taskmaster right next to Natasha Romanoff from the Infinity War. And that's all the time I have for this video. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, please subscribe, hit that thumbs up, leave a comment if you will. You guys know the drill. I'm out of here.